Football fans, this is huge news that's sending shockwaves across the globe. The Premier League, one of the most prestigious football leagues in the world, is currently in a state of absolute shock and disbelief. Some voices in the football community are firm, stating, "There are no excuses for doping, it demands punishment." Yet others passionately argue, "This kid is being set up. He's just 23. Don't ruin his life over this single incident." He's only 23 years old, still at the very beginning of what was expected to be a stellar career, but his name is now tragically linked to one of the darkest and most controversial chapters in the history of professional football. This could define his future. Chelsea Football Club is scrambling to understand and manage the situation, while major governing bodies like UEFA and FIFA are closely monitoring every single development. Fans all over the world, from London to Kiev, are stunned and anxiously awaiting more information. This isn't just an isolated incident involving one player. This scandal has the potential to profoundly shake the very foundations and integrity of the entire sport, impacting clubs, leagues, and the perception of fair play. So, for those who might not be fully familiar, who exactly is Mykhailo Mudryk? Many dedicated football fans know him well as the prodigious Ukrainian wonder kid, often affectionately nicknamed the Ukrainian Neymar for his dazzling skills and speed. During his time with Shakhtar Donetsk, he consistently lit up the pitch with his insane pace, fearless dribbling, and explosive power, making him one of the most exciting young prospects in European football. His performances were truly captivating. Then came the blockbuster transfer that made headlines across the sporting world. In January 2023, Chelsea paid a staggering fee, reportedly close to €100 million, to bring his immense talent to London, securing his services for the future. He was envisioned as Chelsea's future, their next superstar, destined to lead the club to glory. But now, instead of celebrating headlines about his incredible goals and assists, the news is dominated by a devastating doping allegation, casting a dark shadow over his promising career. Here's precisely what went down. During a routine anti-doping test, a banned substance was unexpectedly flagged and detected in Mykhailo Mudryk's system, triggering an immediate and serious investigation by football authorities. Yes, that's right, just routine checks, the standard procedure for professional athletes, and suddenly one of the biggest and most promising young names in the entire game finds himself under intense investigation, facing potentially career-ending consequences. Mudryk, however, came out swinging with a strong defense. He vehemently states it was accidental. "I didn't mean to take anything illegal. I am innocent," maintaining his stance that he unknowingly consumed the banned substance. Chelsea Football Club is publicly standing by him, fighting his corner and offering their full support during this challenging time. However, the wider football world remains totally divided on the matter, with strong opinions on both sides. Some voices in the football community are firm, stating, "There are no excuses for doping, it demands punishment." Yet others passionately argue, "This kid is being set up. He's just 23. Don't ruin his life over this single incident." The British press, known for its sensationalism, went absolutely wild with the news. Headlines screamed across newspapers and online platforms, with one particularly striking example reading, "Chelsea's €100 million bomb explodes." Social media platforms, as expected, descended into total chaos. The online discourse was a whirlwind of opinions, with some fans already convinced that Mudryk's promising career is irrevocably over, expressing deep disappointment and despair. Conversely, many others are begging for patience, urging everyone to let the truth come out before rushing to judgment. Even Chelsea's own passionate supporters are deeply split. A significant portion says, "He embarrassed the club, he has to go." Meanwhile, the other half of the Chelsea fanbase passionately argues, "He's just a kid. We need to stand behind him and support him through this." It's a fierce war of opinions, reflecting the deep divisions within the football community. And let's be brutally real, this is certainly not the first doping scandal to rock the world of football. Cast your minds back to the legendary Diego Maradona in the 1994 World Cup, a moment that shocked millions. Maradona was famously sent home from the tournament in disgrace after testing positive for ephedrine. Other big names like Edgar Davids and Jaap Stam also faced bans for doping, highlighting a recurring issue in the sport. Some players, like Davids, managed to make a comeback and rebuild their careers. Others, however, never truly recovered from the stigma and consequences. That's precisely the critical crossroad Mykhailo Mudryk is standing at right now. Will it be a triumphant comeback story or a tragic career collapse? Here's where the situation truly gets serious and the stakes become incredibly high. Both UEFA and FIFA, the sport's most powerful governing bodies, maintain an unwavering zero-tolerance policy when it comes to doping offenses. If these damning reports are officially confirmed and Mudryk is found guilty, he could face a severe ban from professional football for a minimum of 2 years and potentially even up to 4 years, effectively halting his career at its peak. And this doesn't just hurt Mudryk personally. Chelsea Football Club itself could face substantial fines, significant sanctions, and potentially even bigger consequences in prestigious European competitions, impacting their standing and future prospects. This isn't merely a problem confined to a single player. It quickly escalates into a significant club problem, affecting Chelsea's reputation and financial stability. Ultimately, it becomes a profound problem for the entire sport of football, questioning its integrity. Think about this for a second and consider the profound human element. Mykhailo Mudryk grew up in Ukraine, a nation often in the middle of conflict and war, where football became his ultimate escape and his only way out of difficult circumstances. He fought relentlessly for his dream, overcoming immense obstacles to make it to the pinnacle of club football, the Premier League. He became not just a player, but the shining hope and inspiration of an entire nation, a symbol of resilience. And now, one single, devastating test result could potentially erase everything he has painstakingly built over years of dedication and sacrifice. Imagine the crushing weight of that, going from a celebrated hero to a disgraced figure in one shocking headline. This potential downfall isn't because of a lack of goals or a deficiency in his immense talent, but solely because of a single piece of paper that unequivocally states positive for a banned substance, a tragic irony. As is always the case with high-profile scandals, rumors and conspiracy theories inevitably begin to circulate. Some whisper that Mudryk is an unfortunate victim, perhaps targeted by political machinations or the darker, unseen side of football. Others firmly believe that the entire situation is fundamentally about money, the colossal sums involved with agents, powerful clubs, and the billion-dollar deals that often operate behind the scenes, influencing outcomes. The reality is, football isn't always a clean and straightforward game. Sometimes, the most intense and impactful battles are not fought on the pristine green pitch, but rather off it, in the shadows and boardrooms. So here we are at a critical juncture. Mykhailo Mudryk, a young man just 23 years old, stands precariously at the very edge of his burgeoning career, facing an uncertain and potentially devastating future. A young star with immense potential, playing in a billion-dollar league, now entangled in a scandal that could tragically define his legacy forever, overshadowing all his achievements and talent. The fundamental question that hangs heavy in the air, demanding an answer, is this: is he genuinely guilty of intentionally doping, or is this a monumental mistake? A tragic error that could become one of football's biggest and most regrettable missteps? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below, because this complex and evolving story is far, far from over. The Mykhailo Mudryk scandal is truly just getting started, and the entire world of football is watching with bated breath.